Heyo everybody, Haku here with my live reaction bingo for One Piece chapter 1171, and has it been like 3 weeks? It feels like it's been like 3 weeks. It feels like it has been forever. I guess because scans came out early last time, and then we had, a holiday break. So maybe that's the deal, but we're like midway through January, and isn't this the first chapter of the year? It's insane. Either way, though, I think with this one's titled Ragnir, I think. So I don't think we're going to be going back to the main back to like the main present time quite yet. But at the same time, we kind of saw sort of the end of Harald last time, it would seem. So maybe we'll see what happens with Loki taking the blame on himself instead of, telling the truth and being a hero, but at the cost of besmirching his father's name. Maybe he thought he could help Harald's dream come true better by just taking it all on himself and being imprisoned. But then he was imprisoned 6 years ago, and that's related to Shanks. Shanks is here during all of this, so what's the real Loki-Shanks relationship like? I'm so intrigued. Loki's such a good character. Harald's been such a good character. That's the thing. We have been gifted just in this, like, after over 1100 chapters, even just this arc, we have been, granted so many amazing characters. And even post Wano, when you think about it, it's like characters that already existed, like Kuma and Bonnie, that you could already love, were just elevated so much for me. We get introduced to like all the Vegapunks. We elevate a character like Kizaru by learning more about him. And then here it's like we get Loki, who is amazing. We get Rox, who is just absolutely one of the best. If I do another character ranking at any point soon, like Rox and Loki and Harald are all going to be really, really high for me. Partially, I am susceptible to some recency bias, but also I just think they're really, really good. So I don't think we're moving on yet. We're going to learn more about Loki here. And maybe we'll finally figure out more with him and Mosa, Shirahoshi, Lola, any of that stuff. But either way, with that all aside, if you want to see these videos early, the scans just came out Friday morning for me, and I'm not recording until Friday night. I'm a few hours behind when they came out for me. But if you want to see these videos when the scans come out and when I first record the scans, then you can hit join down below to become a member, or go to patreon.com/HakuOfTheTubes, or a link will be in the description to become a patron. I post the scans up there whenever I record them for them, and then make everything public when the official translation comes out on Sunday. Then if you want to generate your own bingo card to play along on your own or anything, you can do that down in the description. I always leave a link to the bingo generator and update it every week. Even though I feel like this week there wasn't a crazy lot to update. That's the way it is most weeks. So either way, let's see what I got on my bingo card and then start actually reading. Bingo card is going to be back to the present. I don't think we're quite there, unless we maybe get there right at the end, but I even doubt that. Food, Kid or Heart, Pirates, Carrot, and or Zunisha. Zoan Transformation, we might get that with this being titled Ragnir. Bounty Reveal, New Name Devil Fruit, Straw Hat Grand Fleet Representative, Oda or Narrator Box, Flashback Shirahoshi or Lola, Imusama, Free Space which we can click, Child, Marine, any of the Roger Pirates, God's Knights, Silhouetted Character, Blood, Sweat or Tears, Cross Guild, New Name Devil Fruit Awakening, Named Attack, Revolutionary, or Vivi Wobbler Morgans. Okay, I think even if I had gotten a better setup with my card, the place we are now in the story, this might just be really difficult, unless we jump around a lot more than I'm expecting to jump around. But either way, starting off, we have, let me check the recording, we have chapter 1171, Ragnir, and we have I would assume, a request. Zoro, I think his shirt says God, with he has cat ears with his hair sort of like, what is it, emoji? A cat on his shoulders. Cover request by Reverse Kitten, a cat putting cat ears on Zoro. Alright. Cute. And we even have the sake in front of him on the, what would that be? An armoire? Or is that's sort of like a big thing, isn't it? So I'm not quite sure. And then translator note, sure it says Zen. Ah. If Harald left the castle in that state, he would have brought great calamity to the world. The wake of the fierce battle at Oest Castle. I had a taste of that hopeless future during the fight. No matter how badly we wounded him, his body kept repairing itself. We have Scopper explaining things. It's shocking to think something actually stopped him. Did you know the sacred treasure would be that powerful, Yarul? No, I actually knew nothing about it. All I know is... So there were other survivors too, it looks like. Because there's some other random giants. So it isn't just Yarul, the former Roger pirates, and Loki. I get chills down my spine when I imagine what would have happened if Loki hadn't been here today. When I join the Gods' Knights, it'll be a new dawn for Elbaf, and Shanks is thinking about Harold, and then, if you have any wish, simply name it, and it will be within your reach. You've truly endured a miserable, squalid life until now, my poor child, and we are seeing a side we have never seen before of Garling. What is this? Forget your former life on the surface. The commoners down there don't even count as people. Shanks? Hey, Shanks, stop it. And I think he's feeling pain in the arm. Well, he's either feeling pain in the arm where the mark is, or he's just, in anguish over things emotionally. That's a bad habit. You should never resent the circumstances of your birth. Why did Harald have to die? He was such a pure soul. If only I'd been faster. This isn't your fault. Listen, Shanks, you're here for a reason. Everyone's life has some meaning to it. You just gotta hold on. Giving him and everybody gets their own turn, or everybody has their time to shine moment. Is this what happens when you love your country too much? This sucks. And we have Loki crying over Harald's body. He was a rare ancient giant, enhanced with even more power and an undying body. Those traits made him a true monster, and yet he was still killed? Who could have? Is something unforeseen lurking on Elbaf? So Loki is nuts. Hold on, getting chills just from that. Loki is actually nuts then. Even Emu's like, what in the hell is hiding on Elbaf? To kill an ancient giant with one of the deep sea covenants. We should have the abyss pentagram carved by Harald inspected. That shall not be necessary. It would only result in the death of another knight. Every covenant comes with a price to be paid, even for Mu. And Emu is huffing. Okay, we have not seen this before. So we know that there's only around 13 people that had the contract with Emu? And Emu, even in the panels before, is huffing and puffing. So maybe the power that Emu shares through the contract, if somebody with the contract dies, that hurts Emu or the part of Emu that was with them. Okay, so this is something new. He had no qualms about lowering his head to appease humans. All he ever sought was communion with other nations and peoples. Harald was a total aberration. And yet, he was born with the blood of those savage battle-loving giants. Had we admitted him into the government flippantly, his very presence might have destroyed it from within. Elbaf should never have known a king of his disposition. Forging a covenant with a cooperative ancient giant like him was an unprecedented opportunity. This disappointing outcome proves that history does not lie. We were always going to be incompatible. Never forget, Elbaf is of the D. Okay, so D, half moon, whatever it's going to be. And Emu saying, it's incompatible with me, or we're incompatible with each other. Okay, more lore stuff there. And again, I love this idea that even Emu's like, not well, I was gonna say not scared necessarily, but scared's kind of the word. Apprehensive, at least. Emu just took damage from Harold being taken out, and Emu's like, we can't send more people because what if they just get clapped? It seems like Joy Boy, the D, Emu does have fears out there. And checking the, let's see what we got on the bingo board so far. We probably don't have the most. We have flashback for sure. I don't remember getting a narrator's box yet. Technically not a Zoan transformation, I guess. Okay, Emu-sama. Okay, we're getting less than I thought we would. I thought we would have more. Definitely has some blood in there. Unless Emu just looks like that, silhouetted character counts, I guess. God Knights. Any other Roger Pirates? Okay, we need somebody from Cross Guild. Show us Buggy. I think that's about it for now. So, let's continue. Loki, after this, the country will be in disarray. I'm heading out to sea, old-timer. I'll take the surviving soldiers with me. What about Harald's final request? Tell the people of Elbaf what happened here. There's no way I can tell them the truth. Just drop it, all of you. Don't speak a word of what happened here today. This is cool, because even with the sword through his head, Yarul's completely lucid right now. So Yarul in the present time might also just be completely lucid, knows exactly what happened, but has been covering for Loki this whole time, just pretending to not remember any of it. If we say nothing, who do you think they'll blame for all this? It'll be the same as always. Say I were to become king. Can you see me actually honoring Father's ideals? I can only tackle this in my own way. With this ability, I'll settle the regrets of the old man and his soldiers. Don't be stupid, Loki. The world government's a big organization. It won't be as easy as you think. And again, after Loki made this decision and is trying to go away with the soldiers, we're seeing Shanks and Scopper taking it in. Because we know eventually, 6 years ago, Shanks is there like a big part of the capture of Loki, right? And that's when he becomes a Yonko, right? Something big happened. Host Castle was attacked, Your Highness. After that, I set out to sea. Hyradine, by the time you guys returned to the island, everyone had already dubbed me Loki the Patricide, and I made no effort to correct that narrative. But it's insane. Hold on, before I even move on to the other half of the 2-page spread, we are back in the present. I didn't see that happening here. And we still don't know what the relationship with Lolo is like. It's not like I was crazy enough to brag about killing him either. I just didn't want everything he stood for to be dismissed because of how things turned out. With all that in mind, do you really think I should have told the people everything? He's telling the truth, Hyradine. And that's probably also why Scopper was there, and he's still here in this moment, so that he can confirm Loki's words to Hyradine. Get it already? I didn't really want to relive all this crap. Elder Yarul, always opposed your execution. I can understand why you chose to keep this secret. Father, choosing death in the face of the government's manipulation. The world government has been our enemy all this time. I wonder, what did they do to Father? Indeed, and now they've sent more knights to Elbaf, some with deep ties to Harald. Even Loki doesn't know all the details about Harald's dealings in the Holy Land. I can fill you in if you want. That won't be necessary for now, Yasan. We need no further reason to protect our country. And we see the other members of Hyradine's crew, Sanji and Zoro. Loki, it seems we both feel the same way about Father. I'm sorry for everything. For the sake of Elbaf, let's make a stand together. Whoa, that's great, Loki. You can fight now. And we have a roar in the distance. And a massive crash. Oh, and we see the Draugr from before. Whoa, that's one of the monsters that was rampaging up there. They've got a ton of creatures running wild. Where'd they come from? Isn't that a Draugr? I never thought those were real. This'll be a good warm-up. Go on ahead. I'll just jump up, says Loki. What in the world is that? What's going on up there? Hurry it up, Hyrudine. Hey, Loki. We admit we prejudged you when we called you a king or kinslaying piece of crap, and the ship is carrying them up. We're really sorry. We got Hyrudine's crew there with Sanji and Zoro. But this doesn't undo all your other things you've done. Shut up and go already. I don't need to hear you guys yap. This is the best. I can move. It's so freeing. She. We have Luffy with him. And now, Chopper's reaction. Hey Doc, I know you want to take care of me here, but I'm worried about my son up there. Yeah, you make a good point. Be careful, Sanji. Okay, so Sanji is carrying Scopper and Chopper up. I've got it. Weren't you two gonna stay behind? What are you still doing here? She. I'm dying to see you fight. Alright, let's show him your power. Ragnir. Squeak! Then, Niflheim, and he strikes the Draugr. A chilling attack, and it freezes. Another break next week? What? Another break next week? So, I wonder what the deal is, because it seemed like Loki was transforming, so I wonder what Loki's fruit is. But when it comes to Ragnir before sent a lightning bolt, and now it's freezing it. So, is it different weather effects or different elemental effects? And if so, that means Ragnir is just completely busted. And if so, why is Ragnir a chipmunk? What does a chipmunk have to do with the weather effects or whatever? But it's freezing this time, and we're left on a break next week. But Loki is, for real, seriously, actually him. That's crazy. It's so cool. I cannot wait to see more, much like Luffy, to see him fight. And then we get more of what's going on in the present time. Crazy stuff. And then, of course, obviously, Loki for Straw Hat. Okay, very cool though. Also, since it's a break next week, I just want to go ahead and pre-shout out. Naya Hemmings will probably be doing something regarding One Piece, so definitely go check out Naya Hemmings' stuff. I might be there too. I just wanted to shout him out for sure. But before I end the video, let's check to see if I missed anything. We definitely got Zoan transformation. We got Straw Hat Grand Fleet representative because of Hyrudine. I guess we haven't seen a child. I don't think we saw food either. We saw drink. We are back to the present though, which I was very much not expecting. No Shirahoshi or Lola. No new named character. Or Devil Fruit Awakening. We got a named attack though from Niflheim. And there were a couple others that I was thinking of that I didn't end up with. Like Yonko, if I had Yonko, we have Luffy here. I don't have any Straw Hat member, I don't think, or we would have had some of the Straw Hats here. Zone Transformation, we had Chopper. That's one of the others I was thinking of as I was reading. So really, I was one away in a couple different places. That was not as bad as I was expecting when we started the chapter. Really. That was so much more. It was a very good chapter. Crazy wait to get this very good chapter, though. And we're going to be waiting another 2 weeks until the next chapter. Absolutely nuts. Also, there might have been an Oda box, but that doesn't really help me. Like an Oda narrator box. I don't remember any of them. Let me scroll through the chapter really quick. But it might help one of you, but it doesn't really help me anyway. Yeah, even when we cut the Meriwan, we usually have the box like Holy Land, Meriwa. Even then we don't have it. It's wild seeing Garling here. What is bro on about? Okay. Really good chapter though. Again, that's been pretty much all of Elbaf though. Either way though, with that as the end, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for watching. I enjoyed reading. So thank you so much. Like if you like the video, comment down there to tell me what you thought of this chapter, my thoughts and reactions. Subscribe for more One Piece, much more on the channel. Follow on Twitter if you want. If you want a link to the Discord server, it's free and open for anyone. If you want to help support the channel by sharing around or dropping a super thanks, it's appreciated. And if you would like to help support the channel and also get these videos early when the scans come out and get your name at the end of videos, then you can hit join down below to become a member. Go to patreon.com/Haku of the Tubes, or a link will be in the description to become a patron. Thank you so much to people who are already members and patrons. Thank you to chosen regulars Evan, Holly, and Bertie Wooster, Magical Girls, DD Ban, and Maru, Jeritan Student, David Langstaff, Slayer Candidates, SG and Stance Eater, and Pure Elements, Pater DL, and Elsa the Storyteller. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.